Okay, again, just like I mentioned after the game, proud of our coaching staff, proud of our team in the preparation. I thought our guys really were in a good place after the bye week, well rested, mentally fresh, focused for the 2 weeks of preparation. I thought the coaches really had a great game plan, considering the situation we were in at quarterback, and Coach Grant, Coach Henshaw, the offensive coaches really had a great plan. Defensively, Coach White and the rest of the group, same way, really played good as a team across the board. Still, obviously, things to get cleaned up. I have to recognize Lynn and appreciate him and his willingness to accept that role. Was really pleased and, I guess somewhat surprised in some ways in that the control and the composure that he had throughout the entire game. Really exceptional, under the situation that he was under. So appreciate him. Thought our team was very unselfish. Guys like the wide receiver position knew they weren't going to get a lot of receptions in this game, and really just did a great job, and were very unselfish on the perimeter, did a lot of blocking, did the things necessary to help us win. So great group effort. Again, the negatives probably were the start of the game, getting down 10, not the position we wanted to be in under the circumstances we were in, but showed a lot about our football team to be able to overcome that and still respond and come back and get the victory. So a lot of good things, a lot to build on. Proud of our group. Very short-lived with the great challenge that we have this week, going on the road, playing Georgia. I know them coming off a tough loss. I mentioned it in here a week ago about when you play teams and what they're like physically and mentally. It's a tough ride. It's a tough grind through this league. And knowing Georgia and Coach Smart and the way they're coached, the coaches that they have and the leadership that they have on that team and the winning attitude, be a very difficult time going in there this week. So we have to make sure we elevate our game, because I'm quite sure that Georgia is going to bounce back in a strong way and be ready to play. So we got to build on the good things we did. Continue. Hopefully we'll get guys back from some injury and getting healthy, and we'll have to play the best game of this season here this week with the great challenge that we're going to have facing Georgia on the road.
How do you balance building on the success you had with that game plan Saturday, but knowing it probably has to be a little more diverse or whatever moving forward as people see that on the field?
Well, I just think that's what we have to do. We always look at the good things we're doing and build on those good things, sustain them, and build on the good things we're doing, but also try to stay ahead and be creative. And so, we're certainly going to have more balance this week. You just look at Georgia defensively, and they give up a very, very short, very few amount of explosive plays and very few explosive runs.
What's your feel for Sawyer's availability this week?
He's better. Getting the update this morning in our staff meeting that he was further along again. Obviously, by not playing, so it was really important for us to get the victory and be able to get him some more rest so he can continue to get some strength. And so I think he's much further along. They threw out a percentage this morning, but it was significantly better.
When you watch a quarterback like Jake Fromm play the way he did on Saturday, what's the key for you guys to slow him down and keep him in his tracks?
Yeah, Jake, really a great player. I was about to say one of a kind in college football, as far as you don't see that much of that style where he's so accurate and such a good player. And they have such a good pro style attack, with guys unbelievably, strong, big, and well coached offensive line. They always have as deep a running back core as anybody in the country. Dynamic guys to throw it to. So very, very tough in the pro style, and so they'll put a lot of pressure on you. And Jake is very, very accurate. I know they didn't play to their standards a week ago, but they'll get that fixed in short order because he's a really good football player.
South Carolina had some success playing with when their quarterback went down, playing with a guy kind of like Lynn. What did work well for them that they could move the ball?
Oh, they did a nice job of managing it late, and just getting some aggravating yards, some first downs, and things of that nature, and played really good defense, which we all know. South Carolina got some really good defensive backs and some guys up front. So they're playing very good football. I said that a week ago. And, prior to our game, people probably would have chuckled at me, but you see it now. They're better than people think. Believe me. Just we all have our ups and downs through the season. But that's a good football team. Georgia is just what they are, a top 5 team. I know they took a tough loss last week, but again, you hear me say it all the time. Tell me one team that is going to play their best 12 weeks in a row. Doesn't happen. Some of the elite teams overcome it. Georgia normally does. When they don't play their best, they can still win with the talent that they have. And, it didn't happen for them last week. But no doubt in my mind what they'll respond and how they'll respond. The way they're coached and what Kirby does and their whole staff and their team has a lot of pride and they've won a lot of games. So they're going to come back, stronger than ever this week. And so we have to make sure we match that and we continue to improve and play our very best. We need to play our best football game of the year.
Georgia always makes you think of great running backs over the years. How does that running attack look now and the guys they have?
Their running backs are, they're as good as anybody. That I've seen. They go 4 deep with some guys that can play. So they're typical Georgia.